Hi, my cozy friends! Today we are browsing HomeGoods and one little theme keeps popping up throughout the store. Let's take a look around and see what we find. For some reason, these planters remind me of little yellow flames. The smallest one is $20. I'm not usually a fan of butterfly decor, but I think this planter pulls it off. The color definitely helps. The design is pretty simple, but the color makes it stand out. It reminds me of a ripe orange. This planter really stands out to me. I love the rich mustard yellow color and the simple floral detail on the front. It almost feels like someone placed these two next to each other just for me. They're completely different and I honestly can't decide which one I like more. Although, with the sunflowers, I think we have a winner. I really like these, but they are not exactly a background piece. Wherever you plant in them has to work with the planter, not compete with it. Let's see what we can find in the Dishware section. This little pineapple jar made me smile. I think it would make a really cute sugar bowl. It looks like I found an entire shelf of yellow dishware. And honestly, I could see this being used for all sorts of things. A utensil holder, a planter. Why not? I know it's meant to be a picture, but I'd probably end up using it as a vase. I love this popcorn basket. And as usual, my brain is already finding other ways to use it. I wonder if anyone else does that too. And right below are the matching plates. I think they are really cute. It's funny how these have lemons too, yet they feel nothing like the other set. And look, there are even matching plates for the popcorn basket. HomeGoods always seems to have bowls and serving pieces like this, just in different colors and patterns depending on the season. And right now, summer is still very much here. This lemon theme seems to be endless. Just when I think I've seen them all, I find another set. These feel more minimalistic though. I can decide if I like this creamer or not. It might be just a little too literal for me. I wasn't expecting to find a matching butter dish for that little pineapple jar. But apparently there is a whole collection. I like that the patterns don't all match exactly. It makes the set feel a little more interesting. It almost looks like a child painted these flowers, but in the best possible way. I remember seeing these glasses before, but with little sailboats on them. I liked those a lot. These lemon ones are cute too. And look, they even have them with oranges. At first I couldn't even tell what fruit this was supposed to be. I think it's an orange slice. I think those are lemon trees and Maybe rose bushes? Either way, they are really pretty. And that brings us to the end of the dishware section. The last thing I come across is this picture. It's surprisingly heavy. I've seen this here before, just in different colors. These are the kind of placemats I tend to gravitate toward. Simple but with enough texture to keep them from feeling plain. And yes, the lemon theme is still going strong. And they even come in a round version. For some reason, I can picture this on an outdoor dining table. These are so vibrant. I really like the contrast with the blue background. At first glance, these seem pretty simple. But they actually feel very cottagecore to me. The fabric looks really natural too. I've honestly lost count. How many lemons have we spotted so far? Out of everything here, these are the towels I noticed first. The illustration is just too charming. These are beautiful, but if I'm being practical, these are probably the ones I'd actually buy. The fabric looks much more absorbent. It's always the same dilemma. Do I choose the pretty ones or the practical ones? Surprisingly, there isn't much yellow around the sink accessories. This is about the only thing I could find. Now this is more like it. I had no idea Kate Spade made bath rugs. And I actually really like this one. It's thick, soft, and the color is perfect. Either I've never paid attention before or HomeGoods started carrying towel wraps recently. This is the first time I've noticed them here. I wasn't expecting this to be one of my favorites. I think it's the combination of the color and how thick they feel. When it comes to pillows, there are two that stand out to me. The first one is this soft buttery yellow. I also really like the velvet texture. The second option is these floral pillows. At first, I was a little surprised by the price, but they felt much heavier than I expected. I checked the tag, and sure enough, they are filled with duck feathers. These little outdoor tables are pretty fun. My first thought was that they belong at the beach. And then I spotted another set of planters. At least that's what I am assuming they are. But honestly, you could use them for utensils or just about anything else. And speaking of patterns, have you noticed how many striped items we've seen today? These horses are definitely a little unusual. The color is more of a soft beige than a true yellow, but it still feels right at home with today's aesthetic. And here we have a coffee table book. I've never really been a fan of decorating with books like this. Then again, with 2 young kids in the house, my coffee table is already busy enough without the extra styling. Among all the frames, this one really stands out to me. It's simple, elegant, and sometimes that's exactly what works best. This candle is a little unusual. The glass cover with the yellow flowers makes it feel more like a decorative piece than a candle. This one definitely doesn't look like a candle. At first glance, I would have guessed it was a little storage jar rather than a candle. And this extra lemony candle feels like the perfect way to end today's themed hunt. Thanks for browsing with me today. See you in the next little escape. Take care. Bye.